Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
স্যার কেমন আছেন?
Okay, all right. What about you?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ স্যার।
Welcome to today's class. Today we will be looking at another area, another field of linguistics, syntax. In the last 2 or 3 classes, we looked at items from the area of semantics. From this chapter, semantics, we looked at a number of issues, like what is semantics, what are the two kinds of meaning, okay, from the chapter of semantics, we looked at a number of issues like what is semantics, what are the two different kinds of meaning, denotation, connotation, which kind of meaning is important to a linguist. Then we looked at three fields, three subfields in semantics: lexical semantics, sentential semantics, and then pragmatics. We also learned about semantic properties and semantic features, and then lexical relations. You learned about a number of lexical relations such as synonymy, antonymy, metonymy, hyponymy, homonymy, homophony, collocation, metonymy, etc. Now we will be looking at some issues from the chapter of syntax. You know that morphology, syntax, semantics, these are the different fields, areas of linguistics. Linguistics encompasses phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and then pragmatics has become an independent area. So pragmatics, discourse analysis, and pragmatics. So these are the different areas, different subfields of semantics. You studied phonetics and phonology in a course titled Introduction to Phonetics and Phonology. So that's why in this course, my focus has been on other areas of linguistics. such as morphology, syntax, semantics. So these areas of linguistics. I did not focus on the other two areas like phonetics and phonology because you studied a separate course on these two areas. Apart from these subfields, we have also learned some basic ideas or concepts in linguistics, such as what is language, what are the properties of language, how did language originate, what is long and parole, what is acquisition, what is learning, what is syntagmatic relation, what is paradigmatic relation. So a number of basic fundamental concepts in linguistics are also covered. And after midterm, I have focused exclusively on morphology, syntax, and semantics. So we have already looked at four items from morphology and semantics. Now we will be looking at two items basically from syntax. And our today's class, the focus of today's class will be on IC analysis. But before going to the discussion of IC analysis, let us look at the term syntax. What does syntax mean in linguistics? If we look at the word syntax, it is derived from Greek language. Greek. So syntax is not an English word. It has been derived from Greek. And literal meaning of this word is setting out together or arrangement. As you can see, in order to make a sentence, you have to arrange different words by following the syntactic rules of a particular language. For example, in order to make an English sentence, you need to arrange different words by following the rules of English syntax. That is, first you place subject, subject, and you know that a noun or pronoun can be used as subject of a verb. And then you have to place verb, and in many cases you have to place an object. But object is not an essential element of a sentence. It is an optional element of a sentence. So two elements are absolutely necessary in order to make an English sentence. These are subject and a verb. So in English, after subject, you place verb, and in many cases, you place an object. But if you look at the Bengali language, here the syntactic order is different from the order of English. As you can see in Bengali, after subject, we do not place verb. Rather, we place object. Ami boi pori. So ami subject, boy object, pori verb. So here the order is subject, object, and verb, which is quite different from the syntactic order found in English. So every language may have its own syntactic rules, a setting out together or arrangement. So you have to make arrangement of individual or different elements in order to make a sentence. Now let us look at a definition of syntax. The part of the grammar that represents a speaker knowledge of sentences and their structure is called syntax. So syntax is basically concerned with sentence formation, concerned with making sentences, with building sentences. How can we make sentences? How can we build sentences? Is the area of syntax. And this is evident from this definition, represents a speaker knowledge of sentences, not words. Here, the writers Fromkin and Rodman did not say about words. Rather, they focus on the sentences, knowledge of sentences and their structure, how a sentence is formed, what are the different elements of sentence, and what is the arrangement of these different words in a sentence. These are the things that are discussed in syntax. From King and Rodman, they have given this definition. Now, you may not remember this definition. In that case, you can remember a very short but good definition of syntax. What is it? Syntax is the study of sentence formation. If you cannot remember the definition provided by Fromkin and Rodman, in that case, you can remember this short definition. Syntax is the study of sentence formation. Very simple. So you can remember the definition. Syntax is the study of sentence formation. Syntax is the study of the rules that govern the way words combine to form phrases, clauses, and sentences. Study of the rules, syntactic rules, huh? Syntactic rules. So there are certain syntactic rules which determine how words are combined into clauses, phrases, and phrases into clauses, and clauses into sentences. So syntax also um, studies the rules of combining, the rules of joining phrases, clauses, and sentences. It is the study of sentence building, of the ways in which words are arranged together in order to make larger units. So it is basically concerned with units which are larger than words. So the question comes, which units are larger than words? We know that phrases, clauses, and sentences are units which are larger than words. So syntax is basically concerned with phrases, clauses, and ultimately sentences. On the other hand, morphology is basically concerned words, with words, with the formation of words. And syntax is concerned with the formation of sentences. So one is concerned with the formation of words, that is morphology, and another one, which is syntax, is concerned with the formation of sentences. So we can say syntax is opposite to morphology because their two areas are quite different. Hmm? Morphology deals with the way words are adapted or formed. On the other hand, syntax deals with the way the words are combined in sentences. So morphology focuses on formation of words. How can we form words? How can we create? How can we formulate words? On the other hand, syntax is concerned with how these words can be combined together in order to make sentences. So even though syntax is opposite to morphology or morphology is opposite to syntax, they are interdependent. And together they constitute the study of grammar. So there is a relationship between these two areas, morphology and syntax, as it is already been mentioned that they are interdependent. Interdependent means one depends on the other. And when we talk about grammar, we basically talk about these two areas of linguistics, that is morphology and syntax. In a grammar book, we study items related to morphology and syntax. So that's why these two areas, that is morphology and syntax, constitute the area of grammar. If we study English grammar or Bengali grammar or any or you can say French grammar, it doesn't matter. When you study grammar, you mainly focus on the morphology of that language and syntax of that language. So we can conclude that syntax is the grammar of sentences. It is the science of sentence construction. So it is the study of sentence construction, sentence formation, sentence building. How can we make sentences? Syntax will tell you the rules, the ways you can combine. You can combine words into phrases, phrases into clauses, and clauses into sentences. How you can formulate each of these units. And syntactic rules will specify the ways you can combine them together in an acceptable way. So whether a group of words has been combined by following the rules of syntax or not. If a group of words has been combined together by following the rules of syntax, the arrangement will be syntactically acceptable. If the words are not combined together by following the rules of syntax, in that case, it will not be syntactically acceptable. So that's why I like coffee, I like black coffee. This is acceptable as the words are combined together by following the rules of syntax. But if somebody says, I black coffee like, that would not be acceptable in English, because we know that all the words are not combined together by following the rules of English syntax. So remember the short definition of syntax. Syntax is the study of sentence formation. Morphology is the study of word formation. Syntax is the study of sentence formation. What about semantics? Suraya, what is semantics?
Sir, sentence formation.
Semantics.
Sir,
What
sir
is
ভুলে
semantics? Tasnim Akhtar Akhi, what is semantics? Munni, what is semantics?
So the study of meaning, words, phrase, and sentences.
It is quite unfortunate that even after even after completing the chapter semantics, you cannot define what is semantics. Semantics কি পড়া হয়েছে না হয়নি? Suraya Haq,
স্যার হইছে পড়া।
তো হলে পারছেন না কেন?
স্যার বাসায় ভালো মতো পড়ি নাই এখন।
So morphology is the study of word formation. Syntax is the study of sentence formation. Semantics is the study of meaning of words, meaning of phrases, clauses, and sentences. So semantics is the study of meaning. And we have already completed the chapter semantics. Now we will be looking at some syntactic models. Now we will be looking at some syntactic models. Syntactic models. So these models are used to analyze sentence structures. As you know that syntax is concerned with the formation of sentences. And according to Fromkin and Rodman, syntax is also concerned with the structure. So there are various models for analyzing sentence structure. The prominent ones are IC analysis, PS grammar, and TG grammar. These are the prominent models, syntactic models in linguistics. So these models are used to analyze the sentence structure, to analyze the different constituents or elements of a sentence. As you can see, sentence consists of different elements. And in order to analyze and identify those elements, those constituents, there have been different models, syntactic models. And the prominent syntactic models in linguistics are IC analysis. IC means immediate constituents analysis.